Hello, welcome to Beauty Wise 333, and my name is Tina if this is your first time tuning in. Today's message is on get out and stay out of karmic relationships. I was told to give this message this evening because we have people that are struggling in relationships that they presently have and not quite sure why what is happening is happening. I'm going to start out by saying karmic relationships are those relationships sent into our life to help our soul evolve. It's a relationship so that you can learn from it. Now, once you receive and understand and have learned that lesson, that relationship is supposed to dissipate. You're not supposed to hold on to a lesson. By doing that, you hold off your blessing. And you say, well, how do you know that this is a karmic relationship? Well, there's characteristics. Love, or should we say lust at first sight? You feel so drawn to the person so quickly. When you first meet them, you just feel like you know that person from somewhere and you just click so easy. And then you come together and then you repel apart. Just as fast as you came together, that garden effect doesn't last for too long before there's just constant repelling with arguments, disagreements, things not working out, the communication is wrong, and you never know where you stand with that person. You don't know if you're actually in a relationship or in a situationship or an entanglement. You're just never sure. And it's always a one-sided relationship. No giving and taking. It's normally one person just giving. And this is not gender specific because men attract karmic relationships just as women do. So put yourself where you may. So here we go. The karmic relationship, 9 out of 10 times, is sent to you to teach you or for you to become aware of self-love. Because all the time that you're trying to figure out, well, does this person love me? Like, where do we stand? Or how come this always happens to me? You get into a relationship and it just seems like this is your person and everything is going so well, and the next thing you know, it just goes left field somewhere. And during that time of left field somewhere, it depends on what are you learning from this, or are you? Or do you keep on knocking yourself down, like in a bad state of mind? Feeling abandoned, feeling left out, feeling like there's no love. And guess what? You are relying on that person, that karmic, to give that to you. But no, they were sent so they could bring it out of you for yourself. And they don't know what they're doing. They're just serving their role, so we're not going to make them a superhero or anything. But they were sent so that you can learn how to love yourself. Because you attracted that karmic because they are reflecting on you how you feel about yourself. So you must feel unloved. You must feel abandoned. You must feel like you're not good enough. It's all about learning self-love. And once you get so sick and tired of being tired and hurt, eventually you will learn it. Or die trying. You have to go on the inside and bring yourself up those notches of evolution yourself. Let your soul grow. That's what they're there for. And when you start loving yourself and your vibration increases, they will automatically fall off because they can't keep up with that energy level. But now, if you keep breaking up just to make up, break up to just make up, your energy and your vibration is going up and down. You didn't quite learn the lesson. And they're going to stick there with you until you learn it. And you'll keep accepting them back because obviously you didn't learn it yet because you're still not loving yourself. When you learn how to love yourself, you start looking at them like, how could I ever even get involved in a situation like that that's actually showing me that I didn't love myself? And the lesson is not learned by hating them. You know that you've learned the lesson because you actually, almost from your heart, feel compassion for them. And you thank them for teaching you what you needed to teach to yourself. You see, so there's no hate. There's no, oh, I can't stand you, get out, leave me alone. That's that passion. That's showing passion because you need them to do something for you that they refuse to do. So you didn't learn a lesson if you feel passionate about hating them, because there's a thin line between love and hate. And if you feel that passion and that aggression, then you have a lot of burnt up and pent up desires inside of you that you still want to be able to give that person. But when you have that calm on the inside and the silence that speaks a million words, you know that you are healed because you can actually tell that person that I love you unconditionally, but I'm not in love with you. And I want to thank you for showing me what I needed to be able to love myself. And I'm feeling real good now. So I will no longer need this karmic situation. And they will automatically eventually just fall off, disappear. Now don't get me wrong, you will always be tested. Oh yeah. The test is if they come around again and your heart sinks for them. See, because it's work now. You don't just heal and not get tested, because you have to keep building yourself up and being strong and standing in your truth. And when you really have that lesson, there's no threat of you ever seeing them again and falling into that situation ever again. And let me tell you a funny story, because I'm telling you all of this from experience. I can't tell you anything that I haven't experienced, because then I wouldn't be walking in my truth. But I'm going to use this one example of a karmic relationship. And there were a few in my life, and I kept on making the same mistake over and over again until I finally got it. Okay. Back in the day, there was this guy that really broke my heart, that I allowed to break my heart. And it was hard for me to pull away from him and just not want to be bothered anymore. And eventually, I was able to do it. But again, I wasn't totally healed, because when I broke up with him, I was hurt. And that means there was that passion in there as well. So anyway, moving right ahead, years later, he's totally in the left rear window mirror, just not even in my mind. But then, years later, there was this guy that I saw, and I was drawn to him and he to me. And the first thing when I saw him, I said, wow, he reminds me of such and such. The same physique, the same look, the same sexiness about him. And I just said to myself, wow, God has given me another chance with this one in my life because I love the last one so much, but this one was sent to me so that I could have that relationship that I wanted. And he was sweet, loving, all of that. It was great. But I didn't tell you that when I first saw him, the first thing that came to my mind was the ex that hurt me so bad. Come to find out, that was my inner child speaking, saying, no, don't do it. Remember that so-and-so? This is him again, same energy in a different person. But I didn't pay attention to that one. I manipulated it and turned it into, unknowingly, what I wanted it to be. So we got together. It was fast. And we repelled. And the same thing that happened in that past relationship happened with this one. Yeah. Okay? So I say that to say, on top of that, once you get over your karmic relationship, and years down the line, months down the line, I don't care what it is, when you think you healed and you see someone and in your mind it says, that reminds me of such and such, you better think back on what that such and such did to you. Was it a nice ending? Or was it a nice friend and everything was fine? Or does it remind you of your ex? Because that is your inner child telling you that is your ex in another energy coming to test the limits with you again. And guess what? Each time don't get no better. Because when they come around again in a different energy, oh, they're coming with a deeper story of hurt for you. Because you didn't learn the first time. Maybe you didn't learn the second time. Maybe you didn't learn the third time. But I guarantee you one is going to make you go to your knees and thank God that person rejected you, because God looks out for fools and babies. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, it's going to happen. So do not be attracted to someone that reminds you of someone from your past that did you wrong, because you have to learn to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is your inner child. And though your inner child may feel that you're not protecting them like children do, they will always protect you. Pay attention. It's that first gut instinct on the inside that says no or go. Yes or no. Pay attention. It's telling you. You know the right answers to everything that you need to know if you just pay attention and go inward for the answer. It's right there. First gut instinct. You think too long, you think wrong. Think about that. I think about these karmic relationships that I kept on repeating, like the fly that's inside the windowsill. And it's just hitting and hitting and hitting, not looking for if there's another way to get out, just hitting in the same spot. Hitting in the same spot. And 9 out of 10 times, the fly dies in between the window and the storm window. Because no one really needed to open up that window. Didn't need to open it, so the fly never got out. But it kept doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. and it ended in their demise. So this message, men, women, please pay attention. And karmic relationships, I'm not going to take it to another level, but just to let you know that it's not only in intimate relationships. It could be karmic friends that are here to show you a lesson. Karmic family members. They could be all around. They're here for soul evolution. You just have to know when to hold and when to fold. Let go the lesson. Receive your blessing. Because the blessings are there for you. And the only reason why you can't get at them is because you haven't let that negative energy go that's pulling you down and pulling you back, that's not enabling you to manifest. You can only manifest at a high frequency, at a high vibration, at that happy feeling. That's the only place where you can manifest. You get it? When you're down there, you can't manifest. When you're up here, you manifest. That's why I walk around as happy as I can possibly be and just continue to do things that make me feel good. I can be by myself with no one and so happy, because I don't never, ever feel alone. There's too much love coming into me from the universe and spreading all throughout my atmosphere and my environment. And that love shows me how to love and feel love without needing anyone to be there. So if I decided to take on any relationship, I will always be that empress, because I embody all the queens, because I've been there and I've done that, and I can't unsee what I've seen. No. Any test, I almost feel like I helped write her. I will continue to be that empress. And one day, if so be, I will receive my emperor. So now what I want to do, I want to give you the light on this one. Oh Lord, I want to give you the light on this one. Been there, done that. I got the t-shirt. I don't want you to have to make the purchase. Take this light. Look at those people around you, the relationships that you hold. Are they karma or are they dharma? Go get your dharma, honey. Let go of the karmic ones. They're there to serve a purpose. Hey, they need love too. But they're there to serve a role. And in some instances, your karmic relationship can grow at the same time that you grow. And that would enable you both to be together. And you know the difference between that, like no pain, in that kind of way that you're experiencing right now, and you both came to the same realizations at the same time and you grew together. But I think 8 out of 10, only one of you are going to get the lesson. And the other one is going to continue to keep needing to learn their lesson because they're stubborn and they don't want to pay attention to their intuition, and they're not paying attention to the voice of God. And God's right within there, so I don't understand how we miss the message half the time. But I'm going to give you this light to open up your mind and your consciousness and understand the lesson at hand and grow spiritually and move up that evolution ladder to peace, to love. Love conquers all, no matter what. That's why you need to part in love. Just as you both came together, you part in love. So that when you move ahead, you go to only love and positivity, forgiveness and understanding. There's no reason for any kind of hate, because that just means you ain't finished learning yet. So here is the light to light your path, and I hope this message was received with the intention that it was meant to be given. And you know, thank you, Spirit, this message, I am just the vessel, I am only the messenger. This message was given to me to give to you from my ancestors, from my guardian angels, from my sweet spirits. And God told me to tell you, and that He loves you. Don't ever mistake that. He loves you. Let Him in. Let the love flow in. And if nobody told you today, I'm going to tell you, I love you too. Because I don't have to know you as an individual. I know spirit. And that's what you are before you are human. So I'll end the message here, and just know this message was given to you in light and love from Beauty-Wise 333, and I am definitely just going to be, oh my God, loving on you until the next time. Love always.